Welcome to the Burban Gardener. I'm your host, Matt Scheidler. Today I'm going to show you how to do some rejuvenation pruning. And I got myself a Bourbon Berry Smash to help me with the process today. That's good. I'm going to show you how to make that after we're done with our pruning. Alright, rejuvenation pruning is a technique that you're going to use on your deciduous shrubs primarily. Those are the shrubs where the leaves fall off in the fall and they grow back in the spring. You're not going to want to try this technique for the most part on your conifers. This type of pruning is used when you have a shrub that's overgrown or has been poorly pruned over many years or hedged for many years, and so the form is bad, it's too big for the space, and it needs to be completely cut to the ground and rejuvenated for new growth to come up from the base. Now this is different than the renewal pruning that I show you in a different video, which you can take a look at. For your rejuvenation pruning, the tools you're going to need are primarily a hand saw, which I have here, and sometimes you would use your pruners if the stems are small enough that your pruners will work. Generally speaking, rejuvenation pruning is used on your shrubs that have larger canes, and so the hand saw is going to be your primary tool of use. Sometimes you even need a chainsaw. In a future episode, I will show you how to use a chainsaw. Now, right here we have a viburnum shrub that's been pruned poorly for many years and needs to be cut straight to the ground. As close to the ground, flush to the ground as you can get it. And that's going to send up new growth from the base of the plant and completely reinvigorate the shrub. This type of pruning works on your spireas. It works on your forsythia plants and your viburnums. Now, of course, before I start my pruning, I've got my trusty gloves on to protect my hands, and I will use my safety goggles to keep my eyes protected from any branches that could poke me. Now, this is going to be a drastic move here. We're going to cut this to the ground, and you might be thinking, oh no, what am I doing? Don't worry about it. It's going to be all right, okay? It's going to bring much more growth to it, and trust me, it's going to work. I'm going to go ahead and get started on cutting these branches right to the ground. Now it's important when you're doing this to let the tool do the work. You shouldn't be struggling through the shrub. Okay, you got a nice sharp handsaw, and just work it back and forth and let it pull right through the shrub. A great time to do this type of work is in the middle of winter or late winter, even early spring. The advantage to doing it in the middle of winter is that the whole shrub is shut down and frozen. So your saw is going to work through the wood a lot easier. Once you get into springtime, those nutrients are flowing. Your saw is going to stick a little bit on the sap that's flowing through the tree, or through the shrub rather. And there you have it. Your shrub's been rejuvenated. This spring, when this starts to grow, new growth's going to come up from the base, and you got yourself a nice, fresh, new shrub that you can keep maintained and pruned properly as it grows. All right, nothing goes better with rejuvenation pruning on a beautiful, rare Chicago spring day than a Bourbon Berry Smash. So let me show you how we made that. I got myself a nice selection of blueberries here. I'm going to throw 6 to 8 of these in the bottom of the shaker. Okay? Got those in there. Now I'm going to take this, I'm going to muddle them up. You want to get all those juices nice and released. Okay? Once these are all nice and smashed up in here, all the juices good and going, that looks good. Look at all that. If you can see that, it's all muddled up in there. All right, now I'm going to take a 1/2 ounce of lemon juice, freshly squeezed lemon juice. I'm going to throw that in there. Now I got some simple syrup. I'm going to take some simple syrup, another half ounce of that. I'm going to put that in there. Take your bourbon, whatever bourbon you prefer, dealer's choice. I'm going to do 1.5 ounces of bourbon. Okay. Now, I'm going to put this with some ice in here in my shaker. Just toss this ice in here. A couple cubes will do you good. That's fine. I'm going to cover this up. Make sure it's nice and secure. And we're going to shake it up. Give it a good shake. All right? It's the fun part. Okay, that's good. I'm going to take this off. Got my rocks glass with a big old ice cube in here. Nice ice cube. I'm going to pour this right over there. Oh, that looks nice. Look at that beautiful color with the blueberries. Oh, it looks delicious. And if you'd like to, you can go right ahead. I got myself a tiny little slice of lemon here. A couple blueberries. Going to garnish with that. Throw that in there. Give it a little stir. A little whiff. Have a nice little swig. There's a Bourbon Berry Smash. Now that we have our shrub completely cut to the ground, it's ready to be rejuvenated and reinvigorated. I know it seems drastic, but trust me, it's going to grow and it's going to be a much more manageable and much nicer, healthier shrub over time. Now, the most important part of this rejuvenation process is rejuvenating my fluids as well with my Bourbon Berry Smash. Oh yeah, that's good.